Alright, we got another project here. This is kind of one of my personal projects. You know, if I could find it cheap enough, I would just go buy it, but since I have the equipment, I have all the materials here as well, I figured I would just go ahead and make it. What it is I have a lamp that this base plate is too small of a hole right here. I need close to an inch. This is roughly a half inch, so I'm going to make a block out of aluminum that I have stock. It's here as well, inch and a half. And then I'll come out and kind of dome it around here in the mill for this hole. But we'll start in the lathe with a square block, since that's what I have handy. And we'll go ahead and turn this diameter down. We'll go ahead and turn this diameter around where these little cleats are here. And then this recess here don't have to be here, so I'll leave that flat, and it won't interfere with anything that's on the other piece here. So what I'm going to do is use this block, and you can see it's pretty much the same size. And also the thing about this too is it's kind of nice is dimensions aren't critical as well. So this is my plan. So we're going to take this, throw it in the lathe. Like I said, we'll spin this area down. We'll go ahead and tap and drill and tap it, and then we'll go from there. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this block, kind of find our center, and this isn't critical either because there's going to be a little bit of waste. It's one of them things you kind of hate, wasting material like this, but if you have a lot of it, it doesn't really matter. I didn't get that one quite right. Like I said, it don't matter though, so that's close enough. Alright. Now I'm going to use a center punch and get it close as possible center, and I'm going to show you why I did that here in a minute. So let's go to the lathe and get this put in. Okay, so I got this over in the lathe here. I'm using the 4-jaw, the larger lathe. It's a 12 by 36, so it's not a huge lathe either, but it's a good size for what I use it for. So why I did that with the center punch is so I could put this guy in here. Alright, then I'm going to bring this tailstock up and put it there. This is a way to center your workpiece in a 4-jaw with square items. This is one of the ways. There's multiple other ways you can do it. I do it both ways. This just happened to be one of the ways I figured for this, since it's not that accurate. I'm going to be chewing off a lot of the side anyway, so it doesn't matter. If it was critical and I needed to actually square it up into chuck or offset it or however I needed to do, I would do it a different way. But for this is perfect. So we just need to get this centered up. It's not that far off, so yeah, one side there, it's almost there now. Let's check this. Doesn't look too bad already. So let's bring this up to 0 here. Yeah, that side's pretty good. Low, high. Went a little bit too much. And you can see that that's pretty close. Like I said, it don't have to be perfect anyway because we're going to be chewing a lot of it off. But there you go. Alright, we'll get set up here and we'll start cutting. Okay, we got everything set up here in the lathe. After looking at this here, I think we'll just go ahead and turn this diameter down here. It's a 1/2 inch, and you know, since it's sitting critical, I'm not going to go out and get my other measuring equipment out, but I'm going to just use the face of this and kind of rough it, and then watch it come down and touch. It's roughly there. I got it flat. Okay, so it's about 380. So we'll go about 384, whatever it is, down, and so we're gonna go ahead and cut that first. All right, let's start. Also, I already faced it off camera. Actually, I didn't realize that the camera had shut off on it. We'll bring our tool in here, touch off. Start with 60 thou. Also set up the thou indicator here to the face at 0. So all we have to do is watch this, and it comes in 384. See if we can take another cut now. That was 1/8 inch on the dial, so that's a 1/4 inch cut. I'm going to start backing off a little bit to go at 1/8 inch instead. There's no reason to abuse your machine. If you don't feel like you're cutting good, back off. Increase the feed rate a little bit. I don't like it when it gets stringy like that. It can grab a hold of you. Okay, and that's a 1/2 inch, so let's go ahead and mic this. It's 556, so we only have 56 thousandths more, so that's not very bad. it in just to be sure. It's 30 thou. Alright, let's just take 20 just to give us a finished cut. And again, that dimension's not even critical either, so we'll just advance it a little bit here. Skin cut. Okay, now we're going to force it in the 84 thousandths. Back it off and clean this face up. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and cut this down. So when I measure that, it's 415 thousandths on that side, it's roughly 400 thousandths. So we'll go 416. So we'll shoot for 415 thousandths, or 1 point. Oh yeah. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to cut down to this size and go to this roundness, which is 1.416. This one's 1.403. Again, this dimension's not critical, so we'll go ahead and cut that down to 1.415, and we'll just take a quick measurement of the depth here, again using the same thing as I did before. It's going to be 448, so it's probably 450. Yeah, roughly 450,000. So I got it ready to go. I already moved the table over, and we're ready to just plunge in. We'll have to mic it because we're not sure exactly where we're at, and I think I'm going to hand feed it in just to. We should be getting relatively close in here. Look at that, 1.487, so we don't have a whole lot more to go. .427. So that should be 7. Okay, that should be there. And it is perfect. Okay, so the next step is we're going to measure inside. So it's 1.12. So I got to change some bits around here, and then we'll go ahead and cut that in. That way we have only this lip that's around here. And these are in here so it locks it in position. Okay, we're back. We're going to go ahead and drill and tap this guy. You see I have this turned down. I decided I would do that because as long as it clears the other piece, it doesn't really matter what it really looks like as long as it functions. So I went ahead and turned this down to this diameter, and then I'll have it in the mill, and then I'll create a flat spot here, or mill flat spot in there for the base of this thing to rest on. So let's get started drilling, tapping this. and it's a 5/16 18 thread. What we're doing now is spotting it. And that's all we need to spot it. Alright, so the drill bit size for 5/16 18 is roughly, or is a letter F. So we're ready to start drilling. Okay, we're back over here at the mill, and I got a round over bit in, and all I'm going to do is round both sides. That way it just looks more cosmetically appealing. It serves no purpose. So we'll go ahead and get her started here. All right. Almost to full depth. I think we had about 10 thousandths yet. And you really won't see much on this side, but when I do the front side here, you'll see a lot more. I'm just going to eyeball it. apologize with the camera shake. I'm going to find a better mount. What I was watching for it there at the end is to where it just touched down here. So now it's a nice smooth, no lip round over. I just took a light cut to see how it's going to do. That was a 50th thou cut. All right, let's go ahead and measure this. And this dimension as well is not critical. I'm at 978 roughly. So let's take off another 25. That way it gives us a little bit more. I think that looks fine. Okay, we came back over to the lathe because I don't have a drill bit for this size, and the boring bar I have for over there is not going to work out for me. So I figured I'll just put it back over here. So I got it clamped in. All we're doing is centering it on this hole, and it's not far off. And you got to be careful not to clamp too tight as well. Ooh, that might have been too much. Actually looks pretty good. All right. I mean, it's pretty much there. All right, let's get the boring bar in here and start going. All right, according to the other piece, it measures 920 thousandths. So we'll probably make it 930, 935, somewhere in there. That way it slips over it real nice. And right now we're at 864. And this dimension, again, is not critical. So let's go ahead and start boring this out. Touch off. Alright. Set your 0. And we'll take off. Uh-huh. 25. get a measurement here. 891. It looks like the battery's going to die on us, so stay with us as long as we can here. Alright, all we're going to do is a spring pass, otherwise it's there. Alright. Finish is nice in there too. Perfect. So let's get this boring bar out of our way. And I'm just going to use a hand deburr real quick. Alright. Okay, we're back here in the mill again. Now we're going to go ahead and cut our, I want to say, little tits on these guys here. But you can see the rest of it turned out pretty good so far. So what we did is we put some parallels down in here. And I can't go to the edge because of the roundover now, which is fine. So we'll put it in there. Then we'll use our mallet to seat it. Make sure our parallels aren't moving. That way we're seated against the parallels nice. Perfect. Alright, we'll go ahead and get an end mill in here. Then we'll go ahead and cut these guys in here. Alright. Got a different camera mount. We'll see how this goes. It's not the greatest. It's not as high as I'd like it to be. me up a little bit. I think it was bumping against the machine. Okay, last one. Alright guys, we're pretty much done here. So you can see the old one. And then the last step on the mill, like I said, was to cut these, and you can see that they cut in pretty nice. I went ahead and drilled and tapped this real quick off camera. So here's the piece it attached to. So it fits in there real nice. I just noticed something I did. So I should have put that on the other side. But no big deal. I'll drill and tap and put it on the other side. Bolt threads in. Perfect. So there we have it. There's the finished product. And it attaches to a light. It's a base for a light. You know, you clamp this on the desk. And, you know, like I said before, it's a lot of time to put into something that isn't really expensive. Now the problem I had was finding a base to fit the 1-inch hole. So I went ahead and made it because I had the extra time. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, I'll see you with the next project when it comes around.